Hello and welcome back to our podcast. I'm thrilled to be discussing all things crypto, blockchain, and of course, NetFlowCoin. I am NetFlowCoin CMO Frederick Bravey, and today I will be explaining what the blockchain is. Before I dive in, NetFlowCoin successfully launched an ICO on the Bitmart exchange, so head over to the Bitmart exchange for more information. We are now currently trading at 18 USDT. This is an amazing milestone for everyone part of our network, as it is the beginning of our ecosystem opening up. For miners on our network, there will be a comprehensive guide and tutorial videos along with live support help from our team in the coming weeks. So let me dive into what the blockchain is. In a nutshell, the blockchain is basically a fancy database. A blockchain is a distributed database that is shared among the nodes of a computer network. As a database, a blockchain stores information electronically in digital format. Blockchains are best known among cryptocurrency systems such as Bitcoin for maintaining a secure and decentralized record of transactions. The innovation with a blockchain is that it guarantees the fidelity and security of a record of data and generates trust without the need for a trusted third party. So basically a trustless system. One key difference between a typical database and a blockchain is how the data is structured. A blockchain collects information together in groups known as blocks that hold sets of information. Blocks have certain storage capacities and when filled are closed and linked to the previously filled block, forming a chain of data known as the blockchain. All new information that follows that freshly added block is compiled into a newly formed block that will then also be added to the chain once filled, and this is a continuous cycle. Structuring the data in this way inherently makes an irreversible timeline of data when implemented in a decentralized network. When a block is filled, it is set in stone and becomes a part of this timeline. Each block in the chain is given an exact timestamp when it is added to the chain. If we compare this method of storing data to what companies are doing today, we can uncover the failures that can and have occurred. Most companies will have a centralized location that is a load of servers storing all of that company's data. Now, what happens if there's a power outage or the internet disconnects, or even if the entire place gets destroyed? Then all of that data is lost and there is no way of recovering it. What a blockchain does is to allow the data held in that database to be spread out among several network nodes at various locations. This not only creates redundancy but also maintains the fidelity of the data stored. If somebody tries to alter a record at one instance of the database, the other nodes would not be altered, and thus would prevent a bad actor from doing so. If one user tampers with Bitcoin's record of transactions, all other nodes would cross-reference each other and easily pinpoint the node with the incorrect information. This system helps to establish an exact and transparent order of events. This way, no single node within the network can alter information held within it. So let's use DeFi as a good example. Imagine a network of 1,000 computers all storing records of transactions that are happening across the network as a blockchain. Now, let's say I want to send $100 to someone called Adam. What I am doing is announcing to all those 1,000 computers that has $100 available to give away. And I want to send it to Adam, which I do. All those 1,000 computers will update their records saying that I sent Adam $100. Now, imagine Adam wants to change that record and wants to trick the system into giving him $1,000. He will need to alter 51% of that network in order for that transaction to be altered. But that would mean he'll need to hack and change that specific transaction across 501 computers, 51%, and change the block of every transaction that occurs after that block in order to beat the system. If he only changes a few computers, then the rest of the network will check their ledgers, their transaction history, and they will see he is lying. Then he will be removed from the system and the blockchain goes on. So that's what a blockchain is in simple terms. I am usually asked online what other uses can a blockchain be used for aside from crypto. Well, there's quite a few, but the one I always use as an example is in logistics, especially in the transportation of pharmaceutical products. In Europe, by law, any pharmaceutical products being shipped must be monitored and recorded all the way from leaving a warehouse to final delivery, and these products must be kept at a specific temperature throughout its journey. So this one company created these sensors that are connected to a blockchain and placed them in the containers where the pharmaceutical products were stored. And every few minutes, these sensors would upload their temperature and location data to their blockchain. By the end of the journey, the recipient can check the information on the chain and can trust the system, as the courier would be unable to alter any of the information. So this is a good example of how blockchains are used aside from crypto. I think the most appealing aspect of a blockchain is its immutability. And people are overlooking the significance of the technology behind a blockchain and what it can do. There are so many applications for this technology. And when we turn back toward looking at Web 3.0 and the metaverse, blockchain will be one of the fundamental layers that allow these applications to be possible. I have been asked, is blockchain new? Actually, it is not. Just like artificial intelligence, blockchain has been around for years, dating back to the 90s. It is only now that mass adoption is building the hype. Blockchain is not a paradigm shift away from the legacy internet. It is just an enabler for us to store data in a whole new way. And of course, popularity for the blockchain has come around because of its reward mechanism, crypto. Now, blockchain doesn't actually need crypto to run. That, I don't believe, was ever the true reason behind blockchain. But instead, crypto acts as an incentive layer for people, miners, to maintain a network's integrity. I mean, why else would a miner support a network? For the money rewards, of course. And there are many blockchains out there all supporting different types of networks that are offering different types of services. We have come to a point in a blockchain's evolution where miners have more options on what type of reward coins they want. And with the overbearing competitive amount of miners on the Bitcoin network, newcomers are flocking toward the next crypto that is easy to mine, high rewards, and low maintenance output. And blockchains need to take this into account, as if you want to begin mining a network like Bitcoin or Ethereum, I would say you're too late. And although Bitcoin is still very high in price, the actual network isn't very sustainable, to say the least. And this is where I will talk about NetFlowCoin. As we are now entering into an age where Web 3.0 is becoming more apparent, there is one huge requirement that will enable a network to prevail. And that would be the mass amount of distributed servers, i.e. miners within that given network. As a miner, you will ask yourself, well, what coin should I mine to get the highest returns? And there are a few blockchains out there that can offer relatively good returns. But consider this. You will want to invest your time into a network that has the potential to not only reward, but to host the new Web 3.0 era. There are thousands of chains out there and even more coins, but 99% of these projects will fail. This is why NetFlowCoin is considered a great bet, especially among miners, as the network is designed to be around for a very long time and act as the foundation of this next internet everybody is speaking of. And this will form what the next generation of internet has been described as. This is what NetFlowCoin is offering. The incentive rewards of the NetFlowCoin blockchain are extremely appealing, as you're not only being rewarded in coins, but also becoming a building block in the future internet. I see so many comments and posts across all social channels saying, hey, look at this crypto, look at this one, look at the next best whale. Yes, this is the next top crypto. But upon closer inspection, they have nothing, no technology, no real solution, only a story, and it's all a lie. As a lot of these coins that are saying these things over social are layer 2. Now, a layer 2 project is basically someone create an easy way to make your own coin and call it a project. But I'll talk about layer 2 tokens in another podcast. And so these layer 2 coins, by the way, are not blockchain themselves, but piggyback on the back of another blockchain, are doing next to nothing to support Web 3.0. And I'm talking about all those ones who are hyping up and saying this is the next big whale when majority of them are lying. But don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about all layer 2 coins, but majority of them are like this, but not all of them are. And in fact, some are incredibly great. But my point is, look at the technology. What is it? Where does it come from? What is it ultimately trying to achieve in the future? In my personal opinion, supporting layer 1 blockchains are going to be the safest bets for investors and miners. As a miner, you'll become your own centralized location providing real value support. And this has the highest chance of seeing bigger returns on your investments. Yes, NetFlowCoin is a layer 1 project. But I am by no means giving you investment advice, but only sharing what I have observed in the crypto and blockchain markets. I could talk on and on about crypto and the blockchain, but that is the end of our podcast. So I hope this gives you a little bit more insight into what the blockchain is, what it's trying to solve, and a little bit more insight into the industry. If there are any of you who would like to reach out to me and ask me any questions, you can head over to the NetFlowCoin Telegram group channel. You can ask your questions there. I'm always monitoring that. Or our Discord channel. Alternatively, head over to our website, netflowcoin.io, and send us an email. Myself or one of my teams will reach out and respond to you. But do join me next week for the next session as I discuss what the inflation and deflation model of NetFlowCoin's network is. Thank you again and hope to see you all next week.